Hello everybody and welcome to this video. It's the continuation in the series on Great Expectations. Pick up the ebook at mrbruff.com or amazon.co.uk. So we're continuing our analysis of the themes in the novel, and the theme that we're going to look at today is the theme of growing up. And Great Expectations really is Pip's story. There are a lot of characters in this text and they're developed in a lot of detail, but we mustn't miss the point that this is Pip's story, and the main story takes him from 7 years old to 23 to 24 years old. It's a story about the passage from childhood to adulthood, and that's probably one of the reasons it makes its way onto the GCSE spec at the moment. This isn't the main theme though. There are gaps in the narrative at times that might have been significant. The three parts of approximately equal length the three parts are of approximately equal length, yet part 1 takes Pip from 7 to 18, part 2 from 18 to 23, and part 3 takes place within a year, with of course the exception of chapter 59. There's a lot more which is glossed over or rushed through in part 1 than the others, though this encompasses the crucial growing up years. So the focus isn't on Pip's growing up per se, but is on how a series of external events and the way he responds to them as he grew up shaped his life. Now, of course, the focal points in his development are meeting the convict Magwitch, meeting Miss Havisham and Estella, being released from Joe and going to London with great expectations to become a gentleman, being ashamed of and so neglecting Joe and Biddy and all that reminds him of his origins, bar Miss Havisham, patiently pursuing Estella in the belief that she is meant for him by Miss Havisham, meeting Magwitch again and having his hope that Estella is part of his expectation dashed, confronting Miss Havisham and forgiving her, beginning to do good for others, getting Miss Havisham to do something for Herbert, trying to save Magwitch, visiting him in prison and being reconciled with Joe and Biddy, and finally Estella. And through all of those events, we see that Pip develops and grows up and learns. Now, the adult Pip is quite scathing about the young Pip's ingratitude and dissatisfaction about his station in life, which gives the reader a sense of just how far he's come. One could say that he's moved from being a gentleman in the material sense of wealth, status, position, to being a gentleman in personality, like Joe and Herbert are. The book can be seen as a great story of what does it mean to be a gentleman. So a typical question on this theme could be linked to the opening scene from chapter 1 as your extract, and then asking you to consider to what extent the novel is about Pip's search for a father. That is a question that's been asked before. Another question might be about what makes a person good, given that this is Pip's journey to becoming a better person. And for such a question, the extract might be when Joe nurses Pip back to health after Magwitch has died. But the key thing to understand is there are a number of themes in this novel. Growing up is one of them, the idea that experiences that we go through in life shape us and make us the adult that we become. And there's also a very important theme that we need to learn from the experiences we go through, which I think is probably good advice for life, isn't it? There's no point in going through something if you don't sort of evaluate and learn from it. Just a quick video, this one then, but please do subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching the videos.